Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen news. We're going to be looking at what's going on this week, what we've got to look forward to a bit beyond that. But first, we've got a little bit of a Alpha 3.24 cargo patch update. CIG are working through some more issues for a possible build on Tuesday. So this would be an EVOCATI build and potentially a release candidate for wider PTU. They also have a goal to run a RMQ, which is the new network message queue network optimization test in a tech preview later this week with an audience based on the current PTU wave. So I believe that means they're expecting it to be wave 1 PTU at the very least later this week. We'll have to wait and see. Zin and I are hopeful that we will have wider PTU later this week. Also, do you expect a sneaky Saber Raven variant to turn up in 3.24 and this patch? I do, but we'll see what happens. Last week's Inside Star Citizen, it reiterated 3.24 features, more specifically talking about the hangars, freight elevators, cargo bits. I am really excited for this big cargo update. We don't know when it's going to turn up to live, hopefully by the end of August. We'll have to wait and see. Star Citizen this week though, so it is once again time for the most heated battle of the Verstarupt to ask and answer the question, which ship is the best? Ship Showdown begins this week, which is the annual tournament of transportation, where you decide who takes home the prestigious title of Best in Show at this year's Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. CIG are challenging you to honour your favourites in whatever way you'd like, a screenshot, a song, a machinima short film. The sky is the limit. Just any sort of praise on social media or on Spectrum about your favourite ship. Stay tuned for more details as the showdown begins on the 30th of July. In fact, it might have already started by the time you see this. The most popular ships and vehicles make it basically into the Ship Showdown Phase 2. This is sort of Phase 1 that's starting first. And then Phase 2 is 1v1 popularity contests later in August for a chance to have some like skins and freebies made for the owners at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo for the top 4 ships there. But during the actual Ship Showdown, you can expect a ship sale, free fly with those sort of ships that are in the top ships. In previous years, we've had the Carrack winning, the Corsair winning, and even the Argo Cargo winning. Which admittedly, now with the Argo Tractor, the T1 MPUV, the sort of Argo Cargos and that sort of stuff that are now going to be modular, they've got more of a reason to actually do pretty well in the game. Some other news, the Foundation Festival is coming to a close on Wednesday, 31st of July. It's your last chance to get involved with all the stuff. There's the annual org showcase. There are sort of various sales on. There's a referral bonus. There's all the guide system reward stuff. So get involved with that if you are interested. Now, let's see what's going on this week. Later Tuesday, there is going to be a Galactopedia update. And previously mentioned, it's the return of the Ship Showdown with the feuding fighters, freighters, frigates all get involved to see who's the best ship or vehicle. CIG have been evolving this a little bit in the last couple of years, where they sort of like have ships and vehicles starting in different sort of brackets and that sort of stuff, but it is effectively a 1v1 single elimination tournament where it's just popularity contest votes every day for Phase 2 anyway. Phase 1 very much more just making noise about your favourite ships, and I think they sort of combine the variants often into the popularity of a ship and then go, the Cutlass Red and the Cutlass Black are both popular. Actually, the Cutlass Red is more popular this year. Let's say the Cutlass Red makes it into the Ship Showdown and things like that. Anyway, CIG should be releasing more details about all of that later today. Thursday, Inside Star Citizen is going to be resuming its journey to 4.0. They're going to be looking at some of the more exciting features of 4.0 when it comes to sort of new gameplay and gameplay area with contested zones and asteroid bases. So contested zones, they are supposed to be pretty interesting. They sort of like going to have loads of loot in there, and you have to run around getting keys and opening doors, and there's some cool loot if you make it all the way to the end. Asteroid bases, I'm assuming, just like mini Grimhexes and places that they can go, bam, let's generate some cool content here for missions. We did also find out in the last Star Citizen Live some of the future Inside Star Citizen plans for Alpha 4.0 content. Next week, we're going to have fire hazards being looked at, and then the Pyro social experience and what's going on with that. Then there's going to be one on the ship Showdown. There are also going to be episodes on combat and fighting in Pyro, engineering, life support, creatures, the Zeus variants, MFD updates, and more. Friday's episode of Star Citizen Live is with narrative lore kings Dave Haddock and Will Wiesbaum for a Star Citizen Live sort of interview, and they're going to be learning about how they came to CIG, share stories from the earliest days of development. Jared says it's one of those episodes where you're going to learn about the people in history that make Star Citizen possible. Now, I think that it's a good time to ask some interesting questions because they are integral in the development and pushing forward of certain features in Squadron 42 and Star Citizen, that they drive a lot of that stuff or are involved with a huge amount of that core gameplay experience, not just the world building. So some interesting development information might come out of that episode. We'll have to wait and see. That's going to be at 3 p.m. UTC on Friday on the Star Citizen Twitch. I'm very excited for Alpha 3.24, hopefully going to wider PT later this week. Very much expect that now, sort of planning some content around that, in fact. And we can start talking more about that tech preview build as well, if it's Wave 1 PTU, because we can, we'll see that as a 3.24 build probably rather than a 4.0 build, but it will still have that updated and important network tech in it, hopefully sorting out a lot of those server issues and sort of message spam issues that they've been having. It is the end of July. It is your last chance to get involved with the ship giveaway for this month. Also, the Toby eye trackers are on sale for the next few days, 15% off at the moment. Use the links down below to get that offer. You want native head and eye tracking in Star Citizen that's really high precision, it's really, really good, then check that out. I really want to know what your favourite ships are in Star Citizen. What do you think is going to win the ship Showdown this year? Obviously, I love the Mercury Star Runner, the ship that I'm going to be voting for, but there are things like the Hornet Mark II, there's things like the Medical Ursa, there's the potential for some meme ship to win. If that Raptor Street Sweeper could possibly be eligible, I would expect that to win, but it's not. It's not eligible. It's not flyable / drivable in game. When are you hoping / expecting Alpha 3.24, that cargo patch, to go to live? Do you think by the end of August, or are you not even holding out hope for that? What about 4.0? Do you think it's going to be pre-CitizenCon? Do you think it's going to be released sometime before the end of October, or do you think it's going to be an end of year patch? Whatever your thoughts or questions, please chuck them in the comments below. I love to hear from you, and it helps me sort of work out what I want to do video-wise next, and if there's any other hot topics that need to be talked about.
I'm a futuristic cyborg sent back in time for one purpose. Give me your boots, your jacket, and your nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. Get NordVPN if you want to live on the internet. It's the only thing that will protect you against Skynet and my Terminator impression.
It gives you greater accessibility, security, and privacy on the internet as well. You should use the links below. Every month, we have a ship giveaway. For July, we're giving away a Constellation Taurus. This workhorse allows you to do some solid cargo running, as well as some combat and room for a small crew. It's just a great all-round mission runner and awesome ship to experience Star Citizen with. This comes with access to the game and lifetime insurance as well. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during July. Each video is another chance to win. More details in the description below. Please consider supporting the channel with the join button under my videos or via Patreon, links below to all of that. It goes a long way in helping us to be able to make daily Star Citizen content and Zin's lore videos, all that sort of jazz. Thank you so much to all the glorious members that already do that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can always help as well by sharing, liking, subscribing, and getting involved in the comments section. And thank you very much for those of you that watched to the end. It is appreciated.